Okay. Give that a minute to get started, get going before I move on. Make sure everything's working good. Yep, looks like everything's going. And let's get everything set up. No, that's not what I like. That's the one I want. All right. Okay. All right. So tonight, last week we finished off the Back to the Future DeLorean. And tonight we're going to go back to the Transformers with Soundwave. I've already built Optimus and Bumblebee. So tonight we'll continue with Soundwave and complete the set. And we'll see how things go. This may be a short night. I haven't quite figured out what we're going to be doing yet. Everyone is not feeling well in my house, and so we'll see how the night progresses. But here we go. Let me just make sure everything looks good. Everything should be fine. Yeah, looks like it. All right. And I'm trying out a few changes to the view, which actually I can already tell something doesn't look quite right on the... Oh, maybe it's just I don't know. Something doesn't feel right on the view. And that's probably going to start to bother me. It seems a little off. But let me take a quick shot at fixing that. Because that's going to bother me, I think. Let's see. So I need to go this way. Like that. Did I make it worse? I think I made it worse. Yeah, that makes it worse. Not that way. This way. Better. I think that's better. And now maybe... Whoops, wrong way. Bear with me. It's a bit better. Okay. I think I'll be happy with that for now. It won't drive me crazy looking at it and seeing myself with it a little bit off. Well, I don't know. It might bother me. We might see. But let's start by opening up our Soundwave box. And I keep forgetting to check if I need something to cut the tape on these. But luckily, this is also my bar, or at least it used to be my bar. So I have tools, bar tools. To cut the tape. All right. Bag 10. As always, I like to start off by taking the bags out and putting them back in reverse order. 4. 8. 7. 12. 3. 5. The instructions, very important. Stickers, also important. 9. 6. in the warning about the batteries. Bag 1, you need that one. And bag 2, and bag 11. 11? 11. And that is all. Okay. And I'm also trying out a new overhead view that will look like this. I wanted to try to have it be a little bit closer so you could see a little bit better what I'm building. So we'll try that out. I see. Okay, so right now the only problem with that is that the vertical stream is very tight and doesn't see very much. So we're going to see how this works. I may say that I recommend not using that at this time. But for now, we'll see how it goes. So let's start. We're going to put these back. So if I'm just testing this out. Yep, okay. So now we're going to put these back. We'll keep bag 1 out and bag 2 out, bag 3 out, because we'll see how those go. And then, so let's go reverse. So it was, what, 12, 12, then 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay. Just trying to fold the instructions a little bit, get the crease out of there. All right, so let's start and get going. All right, bag 1. We'll see. Maybe I can still build relatively in the camera. I also, this is a zoomed in view. I can also try to get better at showing the zoomed out and then zoom in when I actually go to show something. But we'll also see. Maybe I'll also just focus on working with the larger screen too. We'll see. I haven't decided that one. I like using the vertical. It does tend to get more people, but right now I have mostly friends that come in, so I don't know that I necessarily need that either. That's mostly centered them in the middle, so we'll see. We'll try it here and we'll see how it goes. All right, so anything good that's easy in this instruction? The LEGO Sound Brick. Prepare for your building mission. The original Soundwave toy, released in 1984, had yellow eyes. In the series, his eyes were red. This set includes both colors. I know, I think I probably would remember from the show, so I'll probably do them red. That's good to know. Convert Ravage into a stealthy panther-like robot mode, including proton bomb launchers. Okay. Attach laser cannons to Laserbeak for optimal aerial surveillance in his bird-like robot mode. Press the play button to activate the LEGO Sound Brick. I'm looking forward to that. Eject button to open the Soundwave cassette bay and switch cassettes. I'm really looking forward to how this one's interactive because I always wanted Soundwave as a toy when I was a kid and I didn't have him. And I always thought it was cool. I had a different... I can't remember what the Autobot. There was an Autobot. I'm going to look that up now. Transformers... cassette player. Yeah, who was this? Who was this? blaster. I don't even really remember very well. Right? Who was this one? Who are you? Blaster and Steeljaw. So is it Blaster? I guess it's Blaster. I guess I never knew that. I had him, which was fun, but I always wanted Soundwave. Hey, Film Bricks, how you doing? I'm trying out a little bit of a new setup for tonight, to just try out some new different things. I also don't know how long it's going to go tonight. Everybody's a little sick in the house. So we're going to see. Right now, everybody's doing okay. But I may have to cut it short. And I don't feel awesome. So I'm going to carry on as long as I can. But even though I wasn't feeling great, it's like, okay, but I think it'll be fun to build some Lego. And if I'm going to build Lego tonight anyway, I might as well do it on stream. So how has your week gone, and how has your Friday been? Oh, see, I don't like how this power goes dim. How can I... Oh, it's the power mode, right? Okay, power mode. Oh no, that should have done that anyway. Okay, I don't know. And let's see. I'm barely starting. I'm already getting like stuck. Figured I'd do Soundwave tonight. Finish off the Transformer sets that I have. Oh, see, I need to figure out better where my hands are for this setup. And of course, the screen, my feed is like behind a little bit, so like it's hard for me to judge right about here. Okay, trying to keep things a little bit centered while I try this out. I think I'm probably going to switch to just regular, like horizontal streaming in the future, until I do this a little bit more. I like the vertical streams. I like the option of turning on that. I think that's a neat feature that they opted to have, but I just find it a little bit too limiting, while also trying to have a close view of what I'm doing. Well, I suppose I could work on getting a better view on my machine so that I could see a little bit better in real time what it looks like. Like that's what I can see for the horizontal, but the vertical is kind of tough. Oh, I see. I bet I'm building. I'm building the mini version of Soundwave that's going to get put on the little display piece. And this one. Whoop. And it's coming apart already. Yeah, it definitely I definitely find that it does help so far, like with people like popping in and finding it. And I know that a lot of times, if I'm just looking for someone to watch, that's frequently what I'll find is people that are doing vertical, and I like it. Maybe I'll mess around a little bit trying to find a better setup that lets me monitor it a little bit. I know there's a lot of channels that when they get bigger that do it will have um, two completely different views, so that they're sending out different um, streams to the vertical and the horizontal. Um, but I don't know which. Actually, I've never tried. I suppose I could try it to see if I could, if my machine could actually handle that. But because like I keep looking over and I feel like I'm off the camera for the vertical. Although I also don't know why I'm leaning back at the desk at the table to build so that I give a clear shot of the table, but I'm nowhere near where the camera is that's shooting this right now, so I can get a little bit closer and try to get my hands a little bit more in the vertical stream better. Whoops, knocking my microphone over. Okay, where was I? I've got this piece. Okay, and now I turn it around. I get to pick which cassette front. Hmm. I don't know. Could start with this one. I like that. Or with the red on it. I like that too. You know what? Actually, looking at the camera, I kind of like how the red pops a little bit better. I think I'm going to stick with that. For now, anyway. Move these pieces over. See, I could set it up right there. Okay, and it looks like the first thing we're doing now is building. Now we're building Laserbeak, I think. Let's see. I think ever since I worked on, which thing was it? The Dark Falcon with all the black pieces. Um, I've just really started to dislike looking for black pieces in a big pile of black pieces. Oh, well, no wonder. I was looking for a 4. It's not a 4 that I need, it's a 5. That would be the problem. Okay. And then put that next to another one of these. And now a square like that. And two. Where's the other one? this together here with this one like this. And now two of these that go right here after that. And now a square, just a plain right on here. There we go. And a 3 like that. Oh, I remember what I was going to tell you. I could not stop laughing watching the live stream last Sunday. I am so happy I got a chance to actually pop in there and see you guys. I actually originally started watching. It was a good week. Other than everybody getting sick about like halfway through, it was pretty good. Right now, like work still has me down, but that's I don't know. There's not much I can do about that right now. I'm just riding it out. Um, but for the for the live stream, I actually started it watching it on my side laptop while me and my son were playing. We were going to play something. Oh no, we were going to build a different set, one of his sets, down here, and we had the live stream up on the side. And then we ended up having to go upstairs. We were building upstairs anyway, and because we were building the Smart Play X-wing, and so we started building it upstairs. And so when we moved upstairs, I switched over to watching it from my phone, and with headphones in. And it's a good thing I did switch to headphones, because that would have been, not that he would have like got anything, it would have all been stuff going over his head, but it probably would not have been the best family friendly live Lego stream for him to be experiencing. But it was hilarious. There was a couple times he looked over and he was like, "Dad, why are you smiling?" It's like, "Nothing. It's just the Lego people I'm watching and just said something funny." Yeah, it was oh yeah, that it was, but it was off the rails in the best way. It was perfect. At some point, the chat was moving so fast, but at some point, I commented that it was like, what was it? Oh, I can't remember exactly what I said, but it was something along the lines of like that. Was exactly the type of stream I needed that night or that day, because it was just so funny. Hello there, KC. How are you doing? Welcome on in. My favorite Transformer. I always get stuck. I'm probably torn between Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. Um, I also like right now. One of the ones I always did like, and I never had when I was a kid, was Soundwave, which is why I'm really excited to be building this one now, especially where Lego really got me when they started having Legos that actually transform. That set me on a path to spend too much money, and really hope that as much as I'd like to see more, that they don't go too quickly because I can't afford it. Um, One of my favorite, like a more, I don't know, I don't know if it really was obscure, but uh, what was the one that was? My brother had it as a toy. That was Astro Train, I think, which was a purple train that was I can't remember everything it was. It was a train. It was like a space shuttle, and then was it just then in the in its like robot form? And Phil, if they didn't transform, if they were just like, oh yeah, we have the Transformers, and now you can just build it like as a Lego, and they just like Optimus Prime was just a truck, or they had a different one that was Optimus Prime just as the Autobot, like standing there, like they didn't transform. I probably wouldn't have. I would have thought they were really cool and nice to look at, but I probably would never have got it. The fact that they actually make them transform and do it in a way that it also reminds me of the way they transformed as a kid, it really sold it for me. That's what got me buying them and feeling like I had to get them. I always feel like there's a third, but I think that really comes from that I always just forget about the third being the actual like robot. What about you, Casey? Do you have a favorite? What was the other one? There was another one that I always remembered as a kid too that I had, but he broke. Um, oh, it was another one that turned into like a blaster. He was a Decepticon. Where's I'm searching now. Let me see. Oh no, and that search didn't come up with him. What was he? He was like purple. I can't find him just yet. I wish I knew that. I wish I knew what that one was. It was like because it would transform and it was like a electronic, and so like you'd take it, you'd transform them, you could put them back together. Then like I can't remember if it was the hands or the feet. They clipped together and went inside the blaster part. But that was a fun one. I used to like that one. That was my favorite one to run around with. Yeah, I can't remember what his name was. Yeah, there was so many of those that that we had, and I swear I think Phil, you've probably been here when I've said it before. Those toys, they took a beating. Um, like they lasted through so much that the toys now just don't even come close to handling as much punishment when you play with them. It's like, oh wait, oh, but oh, I see. I've got this backwards like this. Every now and then I find like I think there was a stretch where I was watching the old cartoon on one of those free channels like Tubi, Shockwave. That could be. Yes. Yep, that's it. Shockwave. Although it's funny because the one that pops up first is definitely not the one I had. But yeah, it's like one of the original ones, the Shockwave. Yep. Yeah, that was a fun one. Although, of course, now I would never get that toy for my kids, or at least I now I would maybe feel differently, but not at the beginning. At least now they look so. That guy, Shockwave, looks so comical as a like a blaster. They would have been fine, but yeah, those all they took so much punishment. I still have some that, I mean, they're broken, but they're still in good enough shape that my kids play with them. They still go upstairs. Yes, you're right. Yeah, from what I remember all the time, he was always on Cybertron. He was always like in communication with somebody on Earth. Like he'd always be communicating with Megatron or somebody back to try to like, I can't remember. Was it like to send? Were they trying to send the Energon back to Cybertron or something? And so there was always something that they were trying to work on that never ends up working in the end or something. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm pretty sure you're right. I don't ever. I always, whenever I can picture him, which honestly, it's probably one of those cases where he had a toy and he was only in a couple episodes. But yeah, I think he was always in like this lab or something on Cybertron, like trying to do something. It's always so funny when later on in life you realize how much that show, and not that they were bad toys, but how much the show was just to sell the toys. I went to college with a kid that his absolute favorite was Starscream. So like his like chat things were always Starscream. I think he even had like a Starscream something. It wasn't like the toy. It was something else. Kind of like the way like the Gundam things were. Then he had it up on his desk in his dorm. I actually think he was the one that had the movie, like the Transformers, the movie, and we watched it some weekend up at college. I think that might have been the first time I saw it. Yeah, I think that sounds like it was right. Like he had, like I feel like he was the one on Cybertron having something to do with like getting the energon, which was funny when my son came down here and we were building the Star Wars set. He saw Optimus on the shelf behind me, and he was looking at all the different things, and it's like, oh, what's this? It's like, oh, well, that's like the axe. Oh, what's this? It's like, oh, that's an energon cube. What's that? Yeah, I always I always enjoyed all the stuff with Starscream, like the especially in the things that were like on the show when I was watching as a kid. Like it was always kind of fun how he essentially was always getting in trouble with Megatron. Always trying to take over, having it always like backfire some way and get blasted. I do have to figure out a new plan for the instructions for this because I am getting some terrible glare on the pages. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to stab him in the back. Yeah. and usually having it backfire spectacularly. Oh, flip it over, I see. And then this way, this. And then I take and clip it on here. Okay. I'm just realizing now, this is going to be another case where Soundwave's going to surprise me because building Laserbeak, I was like, okay, well, yeah, building Laserbeak, put it together. The size of this cassette already is kind of surprising me. So I feel like building Soundwave is going to be another one where I was not expecting him to end up being as big as he ends up being. And this goes across this way. You had a hound that was one of your favorites. Oops, I almost put the wrong piece. I already put that piece on. I always end up getting them all mixed up. And then I feel like when I go and search for things, I always have to specify. Okay, yeah. Like I always have to specify which like generation it was, so that I see the one that I remember. Because they end up all changing so many times. Oh, Grimlock. What the? We had, I don't. Which ones? I don't think we ever had Grimlock. Which ones did we have of the Dinobots? We had. I think we only had Slag. Did we have Grimlock? I'm trying to pull up a picture to see if I can remember seeing the toy. And of course, the pictures I'm getting are all like from the show and the comics and stuff like that. Let me see. Dinobot. Let me see. Here we go. This isn't even them. This is like something else. Where? I'm trying to see them. Transform. Okay, here we go. This might be a better page. There we go. Oh, all sorts of ad things popping up. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we had Grimlock. I think we had Slag. And I think that was it. Yeah, that was the Triceratops. I just had one up, and now I can't now I can't find it again. Yeah, the Stegosaurus was. Let me see. We find that first one had all the Snarl was the Stegosaurus. Yeah, I don't think we had. I think we only had Slag, the Triceratops. I always liked Grimlock. I think Grimlock was my favorite, but the toy we had was Slag. It's funny. I never ended up having Soundwave, but we did have some of the cassettes. I think I don't know how. Sorry, I don't know how we ended up getting them, but we definitely had some. And I do remember having Laserbeak, or at least if it wasn't Laserbeak, it was a later version of a cassette that was similar and transformed similarly. And it's funny putting this together because it's like I can already. Sorry, I'm gonna have some water. Okay. But it's funny putting it together. I feel I it's like the way I remember them, like how they would transform and things. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself when I go and build this piece. I have to flip this over and add more pieces. It's like it won't attach. Well, of course it won't attach. I didn't finish all the steps. Came with two, and the other two came in a blister pack. Maybe that's why I ended up with some like that. Okay. Yep. And then that's good. So yeah, see the way they like curve in. It's like I'm playing with the toy. I had a couple options of what to build tonight. I had um, Soundwave. I also have the Enterprise, and I also have. Oh, I was about to do it again. I'm skipping steps. Um, there's a night set I have, which I can't remember which one it is. It's a fairly recent one. I got it for myself around Christmas time. But I figured I'd do Soundwave. I was most excited for Sound. Well, no, I'm excited for the Enterprise. I just don't know where I'm going to put it when I'm done. So I wanted to do something I could finish a little faster. Right? It's like the second I attached it, and I had these pieces like bending this way, and these pieces that go like this way. It's like this is exactly what I remember from the toy we had, which is what I'm really excited about for having Soundwave. Like I feel like as much fun as they are to build for Lego, I can also transform them and just get to continue that like fun nostalgic feeling of having them. Okay. So now I flip it over and we do this one goes over here and this one will go over here. You want to get the Enterprise but don't have space for it. Yeah, I really I don't know what I'm gonna do. um, I what I had been trying to do was when I built something, be able to display it somewhere behind me later. But I just don't have one for something like the Enterprise. The shelf isn't big enough. I barely can fit the Death Star in the corner. Um, but oh, look at that! I like that. This nice little print for the. I don't know how easy it's going to be on the camera to see it for the side for Laserbeak. Um, but yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna put the stuff. Um, I feel like I'm gonna have to either start swapping things out or start coming up with a shelf idea to put the things behind me. Okay, and now Laserbeak. Put your nice little face on there. And it gets flipped in. There we go. Now let's see, what does this say? The original G1 Soundwave toy released in 1984 came with Buzzsaw, a yellow and black bird cassette. Oh. However, Laserbeak went on to feature more prominently in the animated series, making the red and black companion more famous. Yellow and black bird cassette. I wonder if that's the one I'm thinking of that I had. That still doesn't make any sense though, because I didn't have Soundwave. But you know, we at one point I remember my mom coming back with a bunch of toys from one of her friends who had a kid that was older than me, and I do think we ended up getting some Transformers from them. So I wonder if maybe that's what it is. Maybe we ended up getting some of the cassettes from them. I wonder if those are still anywhere. I so many of those things are long gone, um, and I just don't even know where the pieces are anymore. Oh yeah, because like even looking at this transforming, like for the page where it describes how to transform him, it's like yep, folding that the head out and then tilting the like legs under and then folding out the wings, and there we go. That's cool. And now we're working on his blasters now. Oh, Phil, I don't know if I asked or not. So how was your week? I remember you asked, and then we got a little sidetracked. It's very very easy for me to just go down a path and get sidetracked talking about something else, and then completely forget where things started. All right, and what's this piece? We're taking this and the lightsaber. It was good. Little creator drama. Oh, but you dealt with it. Okay. Well, glad you were able to take care of it. Finished a 9-hour ambience video this week. Cool. MCs like that, you get them sidetracked all the time. Yeah, I try to keep myself in check a little bit because if I can, because I will bump into somebody and just start off with, "Oh, how you doing?" Like, "Oh, good to see you. How are things?" And just like something that should be a quick like hi, like because you bump into them out and about somewhere, and or catch the neighbor outside, um, and then I'll just start going and going and going, and it's like this person's trying to go. They were just bringing in their recycling bins. They want to go, so I try to keep it in check sometimes because I can get talking. All right, here you go, Laserbeak. Here's your first one over here. There we go. Now to build the other side. Am I missing No, I'm looking at the wrong step. That's why. I thought I was missing a piece. And then two of these up on top. Wouldn't know it from your streams, but you're chatting that you're actually a very quiet person. You know, I think other than when people get me going, I feel like I usually am too, especially in like places that I haven't been for like a very long time to really get to know people. Um, like at work, I probably didn't start feeling like I could kind of joke around with some of the people until I'd been there for, oh jeez. There's some people I still wouldn't, but I mean right now I feel like I've been there for like 20 years, and so now I feel like there's people that are there that have known me and I've known them long enough that I can kind of joke around sometimes, but otherwise I wouldn't say anything. I'd just be quiet, hanging out, and I'm like that with most other things too, unless I really know the person. But if I know you enough to get started, that's when the problem happens because that's when I'll just keep going. And there we go. Oh, and I can already tell where I missed some steps. Something's wrong with this picture. Here and here. There we go. And my extra pieces. That's one way that this little kind of like bar setup has kind of helped me with the extra pieces. Um, I had some glasses for beer flights, and so I've got a couple like little mini glasses. In fact, I think I can reach one that work really well for holding just small amounts of the little tiny leftover pieces until I can get back to them and find a place to actually put them. Like I find like this one I find is funny because I can tell from looking at the color pieces that this was from building the Wario uh, Mario Kart set for my son. And so I just need to find time to put that somewhere else. All right, bag two. You have to build that one for your track, which I can't remember. I can't remember if I commented on that one. I meant to if I didn't. That track looked awesome. Everything, like everything from the video, I really liked the city setup and the castles and everything. But the track looked a lot of fun. I think I should try to find those types of road pieces and try to do something similar for my kids because I think they'd like that. All right, now we are building. I lost my place. Ravage. All right, Ravage. Let's see. Make a little space. Spread these pieces a little bit. You had a lot of them from the city layout. When we went to do, and then you're changing over to the new road plates. It looks nice. I like the way that's set up. And from the video you were saying about having the track, was it like the trolley track that goes down the middle? I thought that was a nice touch. I feel like that type of setup and what I see a lot of creators have with the like table setup, that's what my son wants to do. We just don't really have the space for it. Oh, I can hear coughing from upstairs. I can feel myself getting a little more congested as the night's going on too. Bag two looks kind of small. I think I'll probably do bag two, and then we'll see. Probably do. Maybe I'll start bag three and see how far that takes me. Bag three is going to be starting Soundwave, so we'll see. And the bag three looks like it's not huge. Although we'll see how long two actually takes me, I guess. Had to order some bricks to keep working on things. Yeah, we actually. Oh, I was not a happy camper. What was that? A week or two ago. My son had asked for a specific Minecraft set, and it's no longer made. It's a retired set, and my dad found it on eBay, I think, and it came sealed. And I don't suspect that the person did anything, but it was missing so many pieces. It was missing like 5 pieces. Luckily, I had taken apart so many sets at home already that we were able to finish putting it together, and I made note of what was missing, and I ordered the pieces. But it was just really annoying. There was it was like 5 pieces. There was one bag that was split open, so it was like, okay, one bag was split. Maybe it was split when it was put into the box, and a couple pieces fell out. But then there was other bags that were still sealed with no hole that I could see, and the pieces were just missing. I was like, that's really annoying. Yeah. Up until that point, I feel like the only other time, and it wasn't a fun one, was we were missing a piece on Jabba's barge when we got that for my son for Christmas one year. And it was like at the beginning, and it was like a critical piece. But luckily, again, we were able to find one and order it, and we got the replacement. But that's the only other time. Now it's like the reverse when you have an extra piece at the end, and it's like, this is too big to be an extra. How did this get built wrong? It's like, nothing looks wrong. But I kind of offhand mentioned something to my mom about it, and she was getting upset. It's like, look, it's like, I don't think it was the guy. I don't think it's the guy you got it from. They were random pieces. It's not like somebody went in and took the minifigs out or took something else out. I think this is something, the guy bought it. He held on to it. He was selling it new in the box. He wasn't like gouging them on it or anything. And I think that's just the way it came to him, and there's no way for him to know it. But it was just, disappointing. Set at Brick World, it was a retired Moana set. A boat with Maui minifig in it. The box said it was complete. Got home, no Maui. Literally the only reason we bought it. Oh man, that. Yeah, so I can. That's upsetting. It's like, especially for something like that. It's one thing when it's a piece that's like, okay, well, I can find a replacement piece and get a replacement and whatever until it shows up. But when it's something like that, that's really like, that's awful. It always makes me wonder about whether or not I'd bother to try to get like a better value of like resell. Like if I decide to resell any of my older sets, if I can get them together, like to try to sell them, or do I just trade them in at like a shop and get like store credit to buy something? Because to go through and sell stuff and have things be missing. Not going to Brick World tomorrow. Oh, that's nice. Nice birthday treat. It's actually funny because uh, my brother's birthday is today, and one of my cousin's birthdays is on Sunday. A lot of March birthdays. Oh, I see. Now this clicks in to here. Maybe. There we go. I know I feel bad for bad interaction with our local. So I refused to give them my business now. Oh, that sucks. Sorry about that. I know it's always terrible when that happens. I actually, and not the same type of place, but I actually just had like a really good interaction with a place that does like car detailing for my wife. She'd been looking to have that done for a while. It's just like a small local guy, like really close to our home, and he did a good job, and he seemed like a nice guy. And then the funny thing was, he turns around and was talking about the cars. He's like, "Oh, I know somebody over at a dealership that does those cars. If you need anything," and I was like, "Wait a minute, what? Which one's that?" Because my cousin works over there, and so it's like we all find that we end up knowing a lot of the same people. It's frustrating because I was also rejected by the local here also, but hey, in Florida wants me. Oh well. Oh, this glare on these pages is really killing me. Is this the right piece? Yeah. Back to a pile of black pieces again. I can't find what I'm looking for. It's really tough when that stuff kind of like sours things. We had again, it's not the same. It's not like Lego connected, but many years ago, um, nowhere near close to Florida. Yeah, um, many years ago, I was starting to try out um, whiskey, and I didn't know what I liked, what I wanted to like. I had no idea where to begin my journey, and I walked into um, a liquor store that had a better selection than some of the other ones to try to figure it out. And the interaction I had there was so terrible that I um, left and bought like a small handful of stuff, and I have never been back for anything, not beer, not wine, not anything. Because it's like, look, you, I was getting ready to start trying and figuring out what I liked. You could have been getting me buying all sorts of stuff. And they had I knew enough to know that some of the stuff they had on the shelf was expensive stuff. And they could have been part of me exploring where I was going to go with trying things. And instead, I ended up spending money elsewhere because they made it such a terrible experience in there. But and now I've reached the point where I'm trying to end up slowing that down because it doesn't do the same thing for me anymore. At least now I kind of know what I like. Let's see. Feel like I'm missing. There we go. Catching up there. Yeah, right? It's like, or at least don't make it difficult for me to have me give you my business. It's like I'm here. I have money to give you. All I ask is that like you, I don't know, treat me with a little bit of respect as I'm here trying to spend money in your establishment. Yeah, I actually when was it? October. I stopped um, just to go through October, kind of like prove that I could. And I don't know. I'm getting I'm getting closer to the point of just doing it uh, all together because I don't know. I'm not finding this, or at least I'm feeling like I might stop getting the stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was always hard liquor, not beer. Yeah, I think that's where I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do because I do like making stuff, but I'm starting to think I might just cut it back for at home. I don't know. I'm not sure that I am enjoying it like I used to. Oh, nice job. I made the mistake at one point swapping over to non-alcoholic stuff because there's a couple brands that are actually halfway decent, and then I went to the doctor and they were like, "What have you been doing?" It's like, well, I stopped like drinking. I was like having these other non-alcoholic things. Like, how many? It's like, well, I don't know. I have a couple. It's like it's like I was drinking too much of the non-alcoholic stuff because of all the calories and carbs and stuff that's still in it. It's like, geez, getting in trouble for drinking non-alcoholic stuff. Why am I, no, I've got the wrong piece over here. What's going on? Right? Because you need all the money you can get for all the Legos. Now that's and and I that's always nice. I have always been appreciative of all the Legos that I end up having gifted to me. Like the Back to the Future set was a Christmas gift one year. The Enterprise was a Christmas gift this last year. Um, so I always appreciate the gifts. That is what honestly I feel like soda would be the one that would be easier for me because we don't really have it in the house anyway because of not having it around for the kids. Um, we do have some. We do have some family that comes that likes it, but it's not cold, and if it's not cold, then I'm usually not interested. Um, yeah, I could just go for an all around just generic health reevaluation. you know, uh, could definitely go for some just improvement in general. This is the wrong piece. This is the piece I want. And this goes this way. And like that, right? Yes. Can barely drink a 20 ounce, too sweet. Circle bottle and just rotate flavors. One of the things that I did for a while, and unfortunately, the place I used to go closed. Um, I when I used to brew beer, and so I had a kegerator that I had put together for when I would brew. And at one point, I took a break from it and was making seltzer at home instead. So we would get the different like flavor syrups to make our own kind of like lighter versions of flavored seltzers, sodas, and things like that. The sodas only went okay. The flavored like seltzer stuff actually worked out pretty well. Um, Unfortunately, the way the tanks went, oh, something doesn't seem right. Did I do this backwards? I did this one backwards, I think. Um, the tank is no longer good, and I no longer have a close place to get a new one. And so I think I'm probably just going to drop it all together. But luckily, my wife loves seltzer, so we never have a shortage of it. We just buy all sorts of different ones, and some are really quite tasty. What I like to do if I'm looking for something a little jazzed up, I'll take a seltzer flavor I like, and I'll throw in bitters that I would have thrown into like a cocktail instead, just to add a little bit of a different direction flavor on it. And sometimes it's really quite nice. Although I can't remember, there was one that I thought, like, oh, this will be perfect. Like, this one's already sounds like it's like a cocktail already. I'll throw some bitters in this and it'll be great. It'll be like really just like a mocktail. And I tried it. It was like, oh, this is awful. I should have left it alone. I think it was one that was like it was some sort of a like lime mule type seltzer flavor, which is really very nice on its own. But I threw bitters into it, and it was like, this is awful. I should have left it alone. It's why I am not the good bartender in the house. It's another reason why I kind of feel like I'll probably just cut way back because I'm not actually good at it. I might as well save it for special occasions going out somewhere where I can have somebody who knows what they're doing make me something instead. Yeah, right. I can tell why my kids are starting to cough upstairs. I can feel my congestion starting to build as the night's going on. Okay. Here we go. And what's the next? Oh, another one of those. Oh no. Oh, whew. The space down here is just getting worse and worse and more uh, crowded. Losing a piece on the floor and it's just lost forever. Getting snow again on Monday? Ugh. We luckily had a nice bunch of warm days, so most of our snow is gone. And hopefully, if there's anything that we end up getting again, which I do think there is supposed to be more snow in the forecast for us too, um, it should be warm enough for us that it won't last. We actually even went outside today. The with everybody being a little bit sick and a little bit ready to go a little bit crazy in the house, we said, all right, who wants to go outside? And we got the kids outside for a little while and ran around and played on the swings and did all sorts of fun stuff for a bit. Get some fresh air. I have to clean off the deck. I have many gifts for myself and for the family that we got last year. Geez, Father's Day, I think. It was either Father's Day or my birthday. I can't remember. My wife got me a smoker, and it's still in the garage. I haven't put anything together yet, I'm waiting for the nice weather so I can do it. And then at Christmas time, we got ourselves a one of those solo stoves for out on the deck, and that's in the shed waiting to be assembled. So I'm waiting for some nice weather. Get out there, get the deck prepped, and be able to have fun with those things. Okay, let's see. There we go. Oh, I'm sticking. I'm sticking to the books. All right, and Ravage. Oh, and let's see if it's what's it got to say about Ravage. If I can get the glare out of my face. Ravage only ever speaks once in the animated series. In More Than Meets the Eye Part 3, he relays information about an energy source to Megatron, which incidentally was an Autobot trap. I do really enjoy the stuff they put in these books. I probably should have read more of what was in the Back to the Future book. Okay, and this over here. And then I always love when they use a piece that's like the head size for the minifigs, but it's a different color for something. So put this on top here, and then this under here. Go on the front there. And now, okay, so it was like this. Turn it this way. Okay, yep. And then attach this piece in here. With this piece. Does it go in the back? Looks like it's in the back. And then it goes on the back piece over here. Or does it? No. Like this. Okay. That fits better. All right, now build one more of those. And this piece on here. And the grip piece in the back. With this piece up in the front. Then, oh, not that yet. That, and this goes in the front here. With this fin like this. And then this back here. And now, this one goes on this side. Nope, wrong one. On here. All right. Here's these extras. Now let's see. I think what is this build? play button. 4. I'm thinking I might end up calling it there. I can feel myself fading fast. So I think where's the oh, perfect. I'll put the stickers here. Let them smooth out until next week. Right like that. And let's transform our guys here. So we've got our little mini Soundwave. Let's take these little blasters off of Laserbeak. Flip the head. Well, actually, I don't know. That probably goes last. Then bring these in. Then pull out like that and flip this in. There we go. And now we'll take these little blasters off of here. And I actually probably should have looked at the actual steps for this one, but I think it was the head and the tail. Then the sides pull up. And then I think, oops, these just tuck in. And then I'll double check. I'll look in and see and make sure. Because I'm not positive about that one. I don't know if yeah, let me go back and look. Because that, let me see. So I take those off, yep. Head and the tail. Flip it out. And then, so if it's this way, oh, something about this doesn't actually look right to me. Huh. Oh, did I put something? Oh, I think I put... I've got Ravage's head. Whoops. And tail. In the wrong place. Okay. So now that matches up. And now... But wait a minute, that still doesn't match up. Oh no. What is going on? Something's not right. Oh, I think the... Oh, okay, so they are on the wrong side. Okay, that's what it is. The legs. You know, it's probably a good thing I'm not going to go on to the next one. So the legs are on the head was on the wrong side, which maybe put the legs on the wrong side. But I think all I have to do is swap them. And then I think I'll be back to where I should be. And that shouldn't impact anything else, I don't think. Okay, so now these pieces can go back on here. All right, now let's see if I can match this up. So yes, so these legs are supposed to just pull in and wrap in just like that. And then the same thing here. It's funny because they have you do the back legs first, but I don't see how this piece tucks in doing the back legs first. Okay. Well, I will say I am not as happy with that. It's fine, but the Ravage transformation I'm not as happy with as I am with Laserbeak. It's just Laserbeak. It's nice, square, fits. It's a cassette. I mean, this is just like you would expect the cassette. I do seem to remember with the toy similarly being not. In fact, I wonder if I have one someplace that I could try to dig out that I could have for the next stream to show. But like this one, it's like it just doesn't feel as solid. Um, like it works, but like the legs when it's transformed back into the cassette are just too like wobbly. Although this side isn't as bad. Maybe something's not clicked in quite right because this side's very wobbly, and this side's like not wobbly at all. So maybe there's something loose, or maybe it's just the pieces, the way they're fitting over there. I mean, it's fine, it works, but I'm definitely happier with Laserbeak. Okay, and that is going to be that. And I think I'm going to call it there. Let me see if this works. Hey, it worked on like the first time this time. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But Phil, thanks for coming, for stopping in, chatting in the chat. It's always great to see you. I look forward to your videos. I really like watching what you're up to as well. And I guess that's probably going to be it for tonight. But I will see you next week where we will continue with Soundwave and probably do at least a couple bags next week would be my guess. But you too have a blessed day. Have the great rest of your day, great weekend, and I will see you on Friday. And I hope at some point you'll actually see me post something that isn't a live stream, and I'll actually have some videos and some shorts popping up at some point. I've got ideas. I just need to sit down and actually do them. But until then, have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Friday.